Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome back to the Lovely Wolf Den. I'm Nadia and this is my February playlist. Once again, I'm sorry that this is late. School has been really difficult and I've been lacking a lot in putting out content here, but I really wanted to get this out before we got at least a week into March. This is my playlist. It's really small this month. February was a good time for music, but I can't lie, I was mostly listening to other playlists and not specifically my February playlist. So I only have 3 songs that I'm going to talk about. If you're new to this channel and this little segment that I do, basically at the end of each month I talk about songs that stood out to me because every month I put together a playlist designated for new music that I find in that month, whether it's just new music that I find, new music that artists I follow release, and yeah, then I just share it and talk about it. Yeah, if you want to check out the other songs on the playlist, the link to it will be in the description because there are a lot, even though I'm just talking about 3. But without further ado, let's get right into it because even though it's a small list, I am pretty happy about the ones that I'm talking about. Starting up at number 3, Oh Bondage, Up Yours by X-Ray Specs. So this song was recommended to me at the bottom of my bands playlist. So Spotify users, you would know this, but basically on Spotify, when you have a playlist, at the bottom it'll give you recommended songs that you might like based off of that playlist. And I always look at those songs for my bands one because if y'all remember from my January video, I am just on the hunt for more bands, and more specifically bands with women of color, queer people, like, yeah, and even more specific, Riot Girl. So I've been listening to Riot Girl music a lot. No Riot Girl bands on this list, but that it has been the vibe. So X-Ray Specs are technically not Riot Girl, they're just an English punk band, but nonetheless, it's such a vibe. I really love this song. I love the opening line where it's like, some people think little girls should be seen and not heard. Well, I think, oh, Bondage! Oh my god, it's so good. Literally every time the song starts, I'm like, yo, this opening line, and then it just gets right into it. It packs a punch. The sounds that the instruments make just pulsate, and I love it so much. I love the use of the saxophone. Like, I love it when songs/artists use those types of instruments in their music because I always feels like it just adds an edge that just works every time from my experience. It's kind of frustrating that I found another band from an older decade that has banging music because as much as like I don't mind that, like I love listening to previous decades of music, I do try to find more artists from nowadays because more artists that exist in this time means we are actively releasing music, and there's a possibility that I could see them in a concert because I just would imagine that this song would go so hard in a concert. My dad said that it was pretty big in its time, so I'm vibing with it, and that's my song at number 3. Moving on. This is a completely different vibe from X-Ray Specs. I found this song on TikTok and I just have not looked back. This song has vibes from the band The Bleachers and also like a really coming of age retro pop type of feel to it, which I love. I am obsessed with this type of sound. It gives me a very wistful feeling, and I just cannot wait to see what Kenan does next because this type of music is just totally up my alley, and like I already want more because he released an EP in January on my birthday, if I might add, and I totally recommend that y'all check that out. I love this song obviously, and also the song Timothy Chalamet on it. Honestly, I could do a whole review on that EP. Anyway, to put the focus back on this song, I love the tagline for it. He'll be the 1, 2, 3, 6, 5 for me, from April showers to autumn leaves. Like, come on. That is such an addictive lyrical arrangement, and I do be obsessed with it. So shout out to Kenan. This is a really great song. Banging vibes. Love it. Can't wait to hear more. And finally, my number 1 song for the month, Sativa by Jean Aiko and featuring Sway Lee. I am so sorry if I pronounce her name incorrectly. I feel like I've been struggling ever since I started listening to her. Shout out to Jocelyn for providing this month's number 1 song because she's the one that played it for me in the car one time. I instantly told her, hey, put this on my February playlist, and I've been listening to it ever since. It was actually the first song on the February playlist. Go figure. Jean Aiko has one of those voices that you just want to melt with. Like, I hear her voice and I'm instantly floating on a cloud of silk. Like, that is just the energy that I get from listening to her. And surprisingly, Sway Lee's voice and hers work really well together in the song. I honestly really like the way they mesh with each other and the way they harmonize with each other. It really, really fits. This song is really simple, and the pacing of it neither drags it down or speeds it up like more than necessary. It is just straight vibes the whole time. I want to hear this song while in my car driving at night surrounded by city lights. That is just the picture that I get every time I listen to it. It's just a perfect driving song, period. And I love the dreamy fog that encompasses it. Like, when you're listening to it, I just see fog and it's a dreamscape, you know? I don't know. I really, really love it. It's a perfect song in my book. So those are the 3 songs from my February playlist. However, I am not done with this video yet because I wanted to set aside some time to talk about this duo called the Mayas. So after I posted my January playlist, the Mayas reached out to me on Instagram and they said, "Hey Nadia, we saw you're a fan of Fickle Friends and thought you might like our music. All of our tracks are streaming on Spotify or wherever you listen to music." And I said, "That's awesome." And I just felt so honored that they reached out to me, and like they're just asking me to listen to their music, but I was like, "Yes, I'll listen to your music. Can I talk about it on my YouTube channel?" And they were like, "Of course." And I was like, like, honestly, that's my dream. Just like artists reaching out to me and like sharing their music with me. I don't know, like I don't know. It's not like I have much to offer them. Like, I'm not a very big YouTube channel, so it's not like I can just offer them like all this free promotion or whatever, but like it still means a lot because I do love listening to music and talking about it. So anyway, to talk about the Mayas, they are a duo, and I believe they are based in, there's like 2 places listed, Nottingham and Newcastle. So they're not from the US, which is cool. And they have 2 songs on Spotify. The songs are called Daydreams and Clementine. So I immediately listened to them. I'm gonna do a little review on them, all right? So Clementine. I heard this song and in the first 2 seconds, I paused it, I created a playlist for summer, and then I added that song to that playlist because that's kind of how I make my summer playlists. Once the year gets going and I'm listening to music, as soon as there's a song that gives me summer vibes, that's when I create my summer playlist. So shout out to Clementine for starting the summer playlist. I've said the word summer so much already and I'm already exhausted from it. Anyway, again, this song gives me very much coming of age, bedroom, retro indie pop vibes, which, like I said, is something that I really love. It's just something that really gets me going. I know I have mentioned this before, but I cannot stress this enough. If a song reminds me of neon, I'm going to love it. And that's all I can do to explain it. But some of the lyrics in it are, "I want to go somewhere that's sunny." And that line specifically, that's when like the chorus just kind of like gets started and the beat just kind of, there's like a skip in its step as it's going, and it's just like really good. And I'm like, yeah, let's go somewhere sunny. Let's bask in the sunshine and dance on the sand and just vibe out. Paints a perfect summer picture for me. And I love that so much in a song because I do really love summer. This song is so much fun and I just know it is going to be a great part of my soundtrack for the rest of the year. Moving on to Daydreams, this song is where I see a lot of the influence from Fickle Friends that they mentioned. It still has the sunshine vibes that carries on in their music, but this one is kind of more like tropical house, if you get what I mean. I also added it to my summer playlist because it is quite the vibe. Those are the only 2 songs they have, so that's all I have to say about it. Everyone should definitely go check them out. They're really good. I cannot wait to see what they do next, so I'm just ready to give out my support. But with that brings my February playlist video to an end. Thank you for waiting as I am once again late to uploading it, and thank you for bearing with me as I try to get my point across. I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep right now, so there's that. Anyway, like I mentioned earlier, if you want to check out these songs and the rest of the playlist, the link to it will be in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching another Lovely Wolf video. As always, please make sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. Comment down below what you would like to see from us next, and if you want more content, join our Patreon. The link will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Catch y'all later.